Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mr. Rowe. We're taking a look in geometry part B, and we're going to find the side of a regular hexagon if we know the area. So kind of working backwards on a previous video that we talked about. So again, here's a hexagon. If we think about a hexagon, what we can do for a hexagon is to break it into 6 triangles by connecting diagonals. And what we know about these triangles right here is that each one of these triangles is an equilateral triangle. So if we are given the area, for example, if the area is 88 square units, how are we going to be able to find the length of one side? So let's look at how we're going to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off by understanding that each one of these is a congruent equilateral triangle. And so we're going to take 88 and we're going to divide it by 6. That's not going to work out evenly, and that's fine. So what we're going to do is we're just going to reduce it now to 44 over 3 just to make our numbers a little bit easier to work with. I don't want to do a whole lot of, I definitely don't want to turn this into a decimal because I'll get a repeating decimal, and I don't want that. I want to use fractions or whole numbers. So in this case, I'm going to use the fraction. So don't change it to a decimal at this point. So now how do we find the area of a triangle? The area of a triangle is the base times the height divided by 2. So base times the height divided by 2. So what do we know? Well, right now we don't know anything. So we're going to let this be x, the whole side. Well, that's all we know. But what's the height going to be? Well, based on this being an equilateral triangle, we know that this triangle where the altitude and this all go together just like, so this just green triangle I'm outlining, that is a 30, 60, 90 triangle. So how do I get the height just knowing that that's a 30, 60, 90 triangle? Remember the ratios are 1, square root of 3, 2. So if I know that the whole length is x, well, what's this segment right here from here to here? Well, that's going to be x divided by 2. So what's the height going to be? Using the 30, 60, 90 rules, the height's going to be x over 2 times the square root of 3. So we've got a base, we now have a height. So now we have enough information using this to figure out what x is. So how in the world are we going to do all of that? So we're going to fill into the formula. So we know that the area of a triangle is 1/2 the base times the height. Well, we know the area is 44 over 3. We know the base is x. We know the height is x over 2 times the square root of 3. So now we have a situation where we have a single variable and we can solve for that single variable. So now it's just a little bit of algebra here. So we have 44 over 3 equals 1/4. I get 1/4 by multiplying those two. 1/4 x squared times the square root of 3. So now it's just doing some inverse operations. I'm going to multiply by 4 to get rid of 1/4. So that's going to give me, I got my calculator. Don't be afraid to use your calculator. 44 times 4. So it'll be 176 over 3 equals x squared times the square root of 3. Get rid of the square root of 3 and then divide by the square root of 3. So basically what I'm doing on the other side is multiplying by 1 over the square root of 3. And so I have x squared equals 176 over 3 times the square root of 3. And now is where you're going to pull out your calculator. You can simplify this math and then take a square root, but a decimal answer is perfectly good here. So I'm going to take one, I'm actually going to do it all at one time. So the final answer would be to take the square root of this. And so I'm going to take the square root, so second square root, and I've got a fraction here, so I'm going to be careful. So I'm going to do 176 in parentheses, divided by, and again, I want to put this in parentheses, 3 second x squared, square root of 3. Close my parentheses there. Let me go back. I think that'll work. And so that'll be 5.8 will be my approximate value for x. So if you just follow these steps, it should lead you to a value for x. If you struggle figuring out what to do, please let me know in the teacher message or make an appointment for a help session.